Today I'm going to share with you an old school podcast. I recorded this back in 2018, but it was really a changing point in my trading where I went from studying and learning definitions to really focusing on the core elements of what trading is from a technical perspective. I even flirted with talking about I'm going to make this course, and I actually ended up doing it. And the course is kind of a different approach on how to learn trading. It goes away from just learning this and learning that, but really understanding what the move is made up of. And in doing so, it gives you a much wider perspective of what's happening in the market and allows you to take advantage of different opportunities. I'm always evolving as a trader. I think you guys know that. I'm pretty transparent about my development. I'm not here saying, hey, I'm super trader. I know everything. I'm the best at everything. I'm evolving as a trader, right? And as you evolve as a trader, you really start to pick up on very, very small things that you tend to like, tendencies in the market. And because the market doesn't really have any big tricks, it just repeats itself in different ways, right? So one can say that one could, and another thing, and I really feel, and again, I don't know how this is going to work with the education. I want to get away from even identifying simple pattern formations. These are the kind of thoughts in my mind, right? Because, it's probably not helpful for you guys, but I don't really care anymore about double top, triple top, flag, pennant, head and shoulders, right? All these fancy names, right? Cup and handle, right? I don't care about them. Why? 2618s? Why don't I care? Have I just lost it? Have I gone off the deep end? Right? Is it the scarlet, the disease I have? What's it called? Scarlet disease? Whatever my kid has that he's now given me. Scarlet fever. It's the scarlet fever, right? I don't care, because as I told you guys in that training I did called The Process of Trading, and this is why I want to do the Foundation Course 2.0, because I want these crazy thoughts to come out in a productive way. The market only does three things. They only do three things, right? They reverse, they extend, they retrace. You got your pullback trade, you got your reversal trade, you got your breakout trade, right? Those are the three types of trades. Now, everything else just works inside of that. And the fact of the matter is, right, we have this situation right here. Or let's draw it a head and shoulders first, right? So you have a head and shoulders pattern that looks like this. Right? Boom. And then you expect to move like that. Correct? And then maybe you expect like a retracement and a move up from a head and shoulders like that. Would you guys agree? Head and shoulders. All right. Now, is this any different than something like this? Is there any difference there? A double bottom? What about this? Straight consolidation, right? And then a break. What's the common theme between those examples? Pullback. Breakout, pullback. Breakout, pullback. Breakout, pullback. Right? Does it matter what we call it? And again, to a newer trader, a lot of it may matter for confidence. The identification of a classic charting pattern may bring confidence because you know that, hey, this pattern is supposed to do this. So I'm talking about as I evolve is more just pure price action. It doesn't really matter what you call it. What matters is what you expect to happen from it. And you have a situation like this where you probably wouldn't call this a head and shoulders pattern. Would you guys agree? Right? You don't really have a clear head. We're kind of drifting down here. I don't even know if you have. You maybe want to call this a right shoulder, right? The fact is this, right? You've got price coming here. We consolidate, right? Consolidate. We broke lower. We played around down here for a little bit, right? Looked like a trend continuation trade. Didn't really get a follow through, right? We came back up and we consolidated at the same level again, right? So we consolidated here. We consolidated here. And then we broke above that level. At the end of the day, we came to the same conclusion, right? We broke out, We pull back. Look to buy. Whether you want to define this as a head and shoulders or not, because you'll get people that be like, well, Akil, it's not really a head and shoulders, so you probably shouldn't look for this type of move. Why? Why not? Structure, at the end of the day, structure was violated. We pulled back into structure. Same thing if you get like a invalid double bottom, right? You get a double bottom that, let's say, closes below here, right? Well, technically not a double bottom anymore. However, right? Once we break above this level, boom, can you not look for a pullback trade here? So again, that's what's, who knows? Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Scarlet fever. But that's where I'm at in my trading journey. Is I've been learning everything backwards. I think that's how it goes. Where my mind is trying to simplify everything instead of making it more complicated. Instead of getting caught up over understanding 80 different patterns, right? And here's the thing, if you think about it, I did the same thing in the Foundation 1 course, right? We talked about candlestick formations, right? And I told you guys I used to study candlesticks. I used to have note cards like a spelling test. I used to write them all down and harami, engulfing, tweezer tops, all this stuff, right? And then I realized that all that stuff doesn't really matter. And I broke it down for you guys in a course that said high momentum, low momentum, indecision. And I think that gets the job done. Why can't we do the same thing with price patterns? And that's where I'm going. I'm trying to simplify things. Instead of worrying about head and shoulders and double tops and flags and pennants, right? And I'm not saying there are some different qualities to some of them. But why not we simplify it and just not necessarily talk about defining the pattern by a name, right? Not saying that is irrelevant, but maybe putting that secondary, the name of a pattern, and putting our focus on, well, what we expect, what at the core, what actually happened. And at the core of it, what happened was price violated a key level of structure, and now it's pulling back into it. And then having that name maybe gives us a little bit more confirmation, maybe gives us a little bit more clue about target projections, price projections, stuff like that. It's helpful. But as far as the pure expectation, maybe we don't need that name. Maybe we just need to understand that price only does a few things. I don't know. I'm tired. But no, breakout trade, pullback trade, reversal trade. Breakout trade, pullback trade, reversal trade. That's the three things the market does. Does nothing else. I guess it goes sideways, but those usually aren't tradable opportunities. Breakout, reversal, pullback. Breakout, reversal, pullback. I can't think of. I haven't put a lot of thought in. I can't think of another tradable way. If you guys can, let me know. So if you want to check out the course, you can do so. Just head over to www.tier1trading.com. I would recommend this, however, right before signing up to be a premium member, make sure we're the right fit. That means from a coaching perspective, from a technical perspective, what we're teaching, how we teach it. And you can do so by starting off with a 14-day trial membership. That gives you 2 weeks on the platform. You can access some courses. You can join some live rooms. You can communicate with our community out there and really get a sense and a feel if this is the right place for you before making any type of